Today we'll discuss about Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul, the boxing exhibition match that is scheduled for 6th of June. And yeah, it's pretty viral on the internet right now because of what Logan Paul has done to the YouTube scene by doing this. I mean, it's pretty awesome to get into a ring with Floyd Mayweather as a YouTuber, let alone um, whatever he has done in the previous fights. So we'll just discuss about some things in during the fight that could decide the actual winner. Now, firstly, we'll go through the first point that everybody has been talking about on the internet, and that is the size and the weight difference. Now, as much as we know that Floyd Mayweather has got a perfect career and um, has been doing this for his lifetime. He has loads and loads of experience as a boxer. But having said that, there's a huge weight difference between the two. And I'm quite sure it won't make a huge difference in the fight. I mean, it will certainly prove as an edge for Logan Paul in the ring. That is for sure. Even mentally, it will cause some issues, if not many, to Floyd Mayweather. That is for sure. Now, the thing is, due to this weight difference, um, there will be instances where Logan can have a chance to land a huge punch, a power punch, and that may cause a lot of damage to Floyd Mayweather. But again, Floyd knows his boxing and his game well. I mean, he's a beast in the ring. He's the king. You cannot just go ahead and do that to him. He knows everything inside out of what could and could not go wrong in the ring. So yeah, having that in mind, I think the weight difference and the power difference will help Logan a bit. But again, I don't think it will give him a huge amount of advantage since he's not a professional boxer. And I mean, he's just what do I say? He's just too amateur to go against someone like Floyd Mayweather. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that uh, Floyd Mayweather has 100% chance of winning because see, boxing is a fight wherein you could get knocked down in one punch. You know, I mean, there is even if there is a 1% chance that Logan can knock knock him down. I mean, knock Mayweather down. There's still that 1% that you have to keep in mind. You can't see that because of the experience and because of the perfect record, Mayweather will win. And I mean, he he might win it straight away, but still, there's a huge power difference which will come in handy for Logan Paul during the fight. We'll come to the actual fighting. Uh, what do you say? Techniques and technicalities later on, wherein we'll discuss about these things later. But since we are talking about just the weight difference right now, I think Logan Paul has that slight edge wherein he can go in the ring and be comfortable about knowing his power and his you know physique. could give him that slight edge. Okay, moving on, we'll go to the skill difference. Now, you all know we don't have to talk about this. I mean, Floyd Mayweather has a huge advantage over the skill difference here. Even if Logan Paul has worked hard over the years for practicing his boxing skills, I don't think he's anywhere near Floyd Mayweather. I mean, it's just a ballpark. It's just a night and day difference. You cannot compare Logan Paul's skills with someone like Floyd Mayweather. So yeah, let's get that out of the way straight away. Now, now comes the power difference. Now if you don't know, I'll just highlight this point that Floyd Mayweather has never knocked down an opponent by a power punch. You know, because his weight is such that he does not, and not just the weight, his play style is such that he's the king of defense, and he wins his opponents over with points. So I don't think Mayweather can knock Logan Paul out. I seriously don't believe that. I mean, I'll be very surprised if that happens. Again, keeping in mind that Logan Paul is much heavier than Floyd, and has much more power than him. I don't think Floyd Mayweather has any chance over knocking him down. I mean, I'll be very surprised if Floyd Mayweather just knocks him out. That will be that will be fun to watch, but I don't think that will happen. Having said that, it is even harder for Logan to knock him out, since we all know that Floyd is basically the king of defense. He'll see it coming from a mile away. So I don't think that will happen. But I don't know. If you ask me personally speaking, I don't think there'll be a knockout in the match, unless Mayweather gets some part horribly wrong and gives Logan a huge opening to give him that opportunity to land a heavy punch. I don't think that will happen. So I don't think there'll be knockout in this particular match. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the fighting style. Now, the actual fighting style of Logan Paul is, I mean, just wait, because we haven't seen him after the KSI fight. That will be part two, which he lost, by the way. So that I don't think we have enough info about the playing style of him. But in the fight against KSI Part Two, he was just too passive, and I don't think that is going to happen this time, because I think he has a lot of time. He had a lot of time to train for this fight, so I think he should have. I mean, he must have done a lot of work on that. But if you guys don't know, if you guys haven't seen the latest Logan Paul video, he boxed with four men in the same ring, one after the other. So these guys are basically much bigger than Logan Paul, but of course for inexperience. And in the fight, if you want to, you can just go ahead and watch it on the YouTube. And in the actual sparring, you could see that Logan Paul had his hands down, nowhere defending his head, nowhere defending his body. It was just too casual for him. So if I mean, I hope that is not the case when he steps in the ring with Floyd Mayweather, because if that is the case, he is just going to be blistered by Floyd. I mean, there's no chance he is getting through round four if that is going to happen. Also, keep in mind that Floyd has a tendency to gas opponents out in the ring. He just walks around for the first two rounds to understand the play style of the opponent and then goes ham. But I don't think Logan Paul can withstand with the stamina that Floyd has. Also, the experiences. I mean, it's inevitable that he's going to be gassed out. Logan Paul does not have enough stamina to stand in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. So yeah, I don't think if Logan Paul continues with his play style as he demonstrated in the video where he boxed four opponents one by one, I don't think he has any chance of winning the fight. Now, we'll go ahead and talk about the winning possibility for Logan Paul. Now, I don't think Logan will actually win this, but I'm optimistic since it's a boxing fight. Anything can happen, anything can go down. One punch can turn things around for you in the boxing ring, but still, if you ask me, I don't think Logan has any chance of winning. But as I said, if if Logan Paul has actually worked hard on his skills, I think he might have a decent fight. I mean, at the end of the day, this is just for entertaining purposes, right? Because even if on the slightest notes, Floyd does manage to lose against Logan Paul, his record won't be touched. He'll still be 50-0, you know. But even if that happens, I think Logan will have to be on his toes um, as per his skill set and his stamina because I don't think he's anywhere near these on these two grounds with Floyd Mayweather. And yeah, I think that sums up everything that I have to talk about the fight. I again, I'll be very happy to see a YouTuber go ahead and actually win the fight against Floyd Mayweather, but I don't think that is going to happen. I think it's a very easy win for Mayweather going into this ring. And although, I think it will be an entertaining fight to see, and I think um, it will open a lot of gates for YouTubers to actually go in and have such kind of fights where they could create a lot of lot of content of these fights wherein they could get a lot of exposure. And yeah, that's about it from my side. uh if you guys have any suggestions, any opinions of your own, please go ahead and put it in the chat section. I'll be happy to uh, give you replies. I'll be happy to answer your questions. So please go ahead. If you have any questions, if you have anything to say, please go ahead and put it in the chat.